Mars in Aries, Mars in Aries, Mars in Aries. So, what is Mars? Mars is the planet of your passion, willpowers, aggressions, motivations, and really any like emotion strong enough to actually get you moving and doing something, you know. Let's break down the sun so we can get a better idea of this. Okay, so the sun is what you can consciously see from the world, and how you express yourself. You know, the vehicle that it sort of takes. It doesn't have anything to do with you actually like getting up off the couch and going to get yourself a margarita or something. You know, so. Let's bring this to with Aries all together, and we'll get a little storyline going. You know what I'm saying? So Aries, Mars loves to be in Aries because Aries is where Mars feels as though is at home. You know, they got some synergy going on. Mars rules Aries. Mars can do what it wants to do, or it can just chill around and not give a fuck. You know, but the likelihood of the latter is kind of it's on the lower side of things because Aries literally lives on that, like, oh, there's not enough time to do anything, and it's kind of just like it's in that space of like today's always the damn deadline when it's in Aries, you know, especially with Mars, because Mars is the planet that rules it, and it's just like it's our, like, you know, it's not where the energy like necessarily came from, but it's like our local embassy to this freaking energy, you know. It literally it's all about freaking let's get up and go, right? So to sort of, you know, give you like some imagination or something to imagine, a mental image per se. Let's imagine we're all like 6 years old at a freaking birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese, right? So if you are a freaking Mars and Aries person, and you're pretty hungry, and you know, like your mom said, nah, don't fill up on breakfast, you know, you're gonna ruin your appetite at the birthday party, you're gonna be there all day, and you're gonna get fed there, you know, some shit like that. You're probably hungry as hell as you're a Mars and Aries person. You're like, fuck, I want to eat right now, god damn it, you know, in your little kid voice. So you're probably like, oh, shiitake mushroom or something like that. But yeah, so like if you are freaking playing games, you know, you're hanging out with the kids, you're like, you know, I'm trying to play my best, but I can't because I'm hungry, but you're still doing it anyway because you gotta be first, you know. As a Mars and Aries person would be having they'd be using all their senses to know when that pizza's coming out and going sitting on the party table so they can run over there, right? So literally where like your Mars sign kind of kicks in is when you smell that pizza, you smell it before every other kid, and you full on sprint over there before it makes it to the table, right? Now, whether you sit down is, you know, kind of an other alignment situation, you know, manners is a whole nother thing with the Mars and Aries. If you have all Aries, you'd be like, fuck it, you'd probably grab the pizza right off the plate and rip the whole pizza off the damn pan by accident, just because you're so goddamn hungry. But, regardless of that, the freaking Mars and Aries aspect to this individual would get them full on sprinting over there, grabbing a slice of pizza, eating it before they even get to the plate or a napkin or a seat, and just being like, oh, I feel so much better. And then they would sit down and probably sing happy birthday and all that stuff. Freaking Mars and Aries person gets caught up in their desires like a motherfucker, man. They express it in a second. And then, but yeah, so like along with that, you know, they're sitting down, eating. They get about 2 slices in because you're a little kid and you can only handle so much with the stomach, excluding the crust, you know how them kids are. But yeah, I mean, a Mars and Aries person, they probably, after they're full and their desire goes down a little bit, they'd probably, you know, a game would catch their eye, and they'd grab a pizza, put it in their pocket with the freaking grease bleeding out already, you know, ruining their pants, and their mom's just sitting there like, oh god, you know. And that's what they'd be doing in that situation. They just run on over. But outside of that, some traits you can kind of glean from this is that these Mars and Aries people, they kind of just, you know, I don't want to say they go with the flow per se. They more or less go with their flow and wherever their desires take them. But like with that, they sort of, they're not much for like stopping and thinking and kind of like pondering on their actions, you know. They won't be like a freaking Mars and Gemini person that'll just sit there and be like, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. Oh, that'd be cool. Maybe I could do this. They can't stand that. They can't stand that for the life of them. They are a person that says, if they get an idea, it's already been done. They can't be first with it, so they got to do it now and learn as they go. You know, and that's a pretty big point actually. These people, they just they're like, fuck it, man. If they catch a vibe or something, they want to do it, and they have all the time in the world for it, they will figure it out on the fucking road, man. These people do not want to hear about you talk all day about your ideas. They do not want to take orders from people. They want to find it out for themselves when they hear about it, and then they're gonna go like there's no tomorrow. Say if a freaking Mars and Aries person wants to go camping, right? They never camped a day in their life. They're going to go to freaking Dick's Sporting Goods or like Eastern Mountain Sports or REI or some store, whatever they see in their, that like Google first and camping store pops up. They're going to buy a pop-up tent. Oh man, if they're probably looking at tents, they're probably just going to go to straight up Target and get one of them or Walmart, get one of them $15 tents that probably advertises, oh, blow up tent, it'll just go up instantly. And they're just like, and then it's really like half of it blows up and they're like, I don't know how to freaking put this together. So they look at the directions, try to put it together. And then while a person next to them at a campsite put their tent together, had food cooking all within an hour, they're still working on the tent. But they had heart working on that tent. They're going to figure it out. And then next time, they'll know it even better than the person that set it up, that's been camping for a couple of years, because they learned all the mistakes. They know what's wrong. They may neglect that. They remember and know what's wrong for a little bit. But they'll still get it done. And like, even though they go through a lot of freaking bullshit, that person had some heart. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much Mars and Aries person. Another thing they kind of do is like I said, they really don't like freaking taking like ideas. I mean, if it's necessary, they'll like listen to what people have to say about like what they're doing, but they really don't like, you know, like, I don't want to say being agreeable, but they really don't like taking the time to freaking just like listen at the proper way and the proper etiquette and proper ethics to do something, you know? They can't stand freaking just wasting that time, you know? They have to be first. That is so prevalent for every sign that Aries is in, that they can't fucking do it, you know? And like, I don't want to go as far to say that these people couldn't like go through like boot camp in the military or something, but it would be a hard time, because these people freaking, this is one of the most anti-structure signs you can possibly have. Like, Mars and Aries people freaking, if they want to run freaking a 3-mile lap and do it in 20 minutes, don't get me wrong, they can do it. They'll like, you know, freaking run their heart out, sprint their shit. They'll have swamp ass like a motherfucker. But like, it's not like they're gonna do it on command, man. It has to be their own freaking, everything they do has to be from their own volition. Of course, you can reverse psychology them and trick them into doing something and make it think that it's their own idea. But like, they're not gonna, you know, that fire signs don't really go for that. They kind of burn through it. They'll be like, hey, wait a second, 5 minutes in, if you're trying to get them to run, and be like, I don't want to run. You told me to run, because that's why I don't want to run. You know, I'm not going to do what you do. I'm going to do it because I want to do it, but I'm not going to do what you told me to do. You know, a Mars and Aries person is totally that person to just be like, I'm not going to do it because you told me to. I'm going to do it because I want to do it, you know? And it's just how it goes, man. But I mean, like, these people, like I said, like most of the freaking Mars signs that are actually like deal with like you as a person, or are like in your inner planets, these people are really good at, like, if you need somebody to tag along with you to figure out a new idea, and a Mars and Aries person is psyched on doing it, they'll be right there rocking with you, you know? Like, these people are good for that. They, like I said, they're not very good at taking orders. They're not really great at just like listening to you talk all day. They're not great at freaking you know, I mean, like, they can be supportive, but like, that, like, the things that they're good at has to deal with them, like, being first at something. Like, they'll be the most caring people in the world if it's, like, even though it's some work to them, but if they can be the first person to help you, to be like, yeah, I help this person, they'll do it, you know? But if it's, like, everybody's consoling someone at, like, if they're, like, the last in line at a funeral, they'll do it out of respect, but they'll still be kind of bummed that they weren't the first person that you, like, chose the shoulder to cry on, you know? Like, that's just how they are. But anyways, let's break down the technical aspects so you can do this yourself and come up with your own ideas on how this appears in your life, you know? Because it's the same energy, but you can pick the shape and form all you want. So, Mars is the planet of passion, willpower, aggressions. It's that, like, emotional feeling that actually gets you, like, to do something, you know? For instance, like I said, if you really like pizza and you go, I smell some pizza and you're hungry, you're going to full on sprint over there, and that's your Mars getting you active because you are hungry, you're acting on that hunger, you know? If, now Aries is it was born from the first house, it's the first house sign, it's exalted in the sun, It's ruled by Mars, so this planet, bunch of synergy going on. Oh fuck yeah, you know, this planetary placement's working for you. And then it is away in Venus, the planet of love, appreciation, values. And then it falls in Saturn. So Saturn is the planet of boundaries, restrictions, limits, you know, its structure and like how you see reality. But yeah, that's it. You know, Mars and Aries, man. Hope you liked it. Follow me back, man. Do something. Subscribe.